Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek at Old Pueblo Coin. Today I'm super excited to talk to you about what is the shortest lived series in US coin history. And of course, I'm actually talking about something that has a lot of caveats to it because, well, we'll get into the details. So the 1830s, the mid to late 1830s were like really a rough time in US history, and such a rough time in US history that nobody talks about it. The only reason I know about it is because I collect coins, and so you learn about the hard time tokens and people making fun of each other in the newspapers and stabbing each other in the back politically, and so much fun, right? So that played out in our coin world as well. And my caveats on calling this the shortest lived series is, depending on how you assume design change and mint marks and things of that nature, you'll probably come to maybe a little bit different conclusion. If you want to go to colonial America, so I'm going to get out of colonial America where you can say, well, the chain cent was there for just 1 year and stuff like that. That's fair. So, but once we get out of the colonial period and you get into regular circulating coinage, the next thing that comes to mind after these capped bust coins is going to be probably your 20-cent piece. So these capped bust coins were only made in 1836, 37, 38, and 39, so for 4 years. And if you want to, you can slice and dice them into two different categories, because the 1836 and 37 have a different design on the reverse from the 1838s and 39s. So this design here is going to be your earlier design. If I just shuffled these, I can tell you exactly which one is which. Not that I'll remember other than after I make this video, but the 1836 and 37 issues say 50 cents. And look at those talons, baby. Watch out. America's got talons. And you look at the 38s and 39s, they say half doll, period. And there are lots of little sub-varieties actually on these. I should get out the Overton book and check to see if that F is as doubled as it looks right now, or if I'm just seeing double. So these are kind of fun because both these coins are kind of a middle grade coins. And let's look again a little bit more at the series and what makes it so unique. First of all, for a typeset, you're probably only going to buy that 1837 because the 1836 is super crazy expensive on that. And then one of the most unique coins in American history is actually the 1839 from New Orleans. Now I got to turn the page here. I don't want to have to take any copyrights, so I better be careful about what I say. But your 1838-0 was originally not even recorded in the Mint Director's report, but 20 were made. They found that out later. So your 1839, there's a sub-variety in 1839-0. The 1839-0, that is a coin that if you really want a cool type coin, you can see the price points and how that puppy jumps in all kinds of grades. Not only because of the low mintage, but the 1839-0, which I don't have, but if we ask the engineer really nice, maybe he can grab an image and put one up right now. The 1839-0 is the only coin with a New Orleans mint mark, with a mint mark on the obverse of the coin. So the mint mark ends up just below the bust and above the date. Actually, it is not pictured on the one that's in the red book, oddly enough. So both of these actually I had sent out for grading. We got a VF30 and a VF30. And so let's look a little bit on the grade side of things. So you can argue, of course, that those earlier coins, there's plenty of early coins that have, the 18th century US coins where there's only 1 year types and whatnot, and that's fair. But really, once you get into circulating strikes, that is regular federal coinage, the 20-cent piece, which was only struck for a couple of years, then had a couple of proof years, you can argue that's the shortest run series. But also, the 50 cent, this is basically a 2-year type on the 50 cent type. And also, once you start counting the mints, the number of mints they were struck at, there's only 2 coins to this series for the 50 cent variety. And if you expand it, even if you expand these two coins with the 50-cent reverse and the $50 reverse to be in the same series of coin, there's a very, very few coins involved in the making of these series. So these coins here, middle grade coins are roughly a couple $100, something like that in in your series for the common dates. So typically, if you're putting a type album together, you're going to need this 37 because the 36 is really expensive, and you're probably going to buy the 38 because the 38.0 is unattainable for most of us or all of us. You might get a 39, but the 39.0, it's expensive, but I highly recommend it. If you can find a 39.0 with the mint on the obverse, it's really a cool coin. And this is just the type of collectibles in the coin market that most average US collectors don't really think about or know about. It's not an area that I've ever specialized in, but I just remember when I was a kid and new at the coin market, all of my customers that were putting together type sets in the Dansko albums, they were always asking for this variety. They're like, do you got an 1837 bust half? I need that 37. I need that. They needed the reeded edge variety. And that gets me to one last point here. The reeded edge. Let me see here on these guys. One of the things that was a transition from the previous years is some of those bust designs before this actually had edge lettering on them. And so this capped bust maneuver, not only did the design change in totality, but also they put a reeded edge on the coin. So pretty neat piece of American history, coin collecting history. And thanks so much. If you guys specialize in these guys, go ahead and drop some knowledge for us, share with the group. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Ben the Coin Geek. You can subscribe by clicking on the owl button in the corner and watch more videos on the right side of the screen. Thanks.